What's going on, y'all? So here we have another great video of making fun of ponies. As you know, oh no, Alex is a funny guy. Love his videos. He does a very good job at balancing the spectrum as I'm balancing the spectrum. As I tell people before, you're playing on PlayStation, enjoy, you know what I mean? This is not against people playing games and enjoying games, rather than sitting on Twitter all day looking for something to bash on the Xbox community or say something stupid that is showing that they don't understand how PC gaming works or how the gaming industry works in general, or parroting some nonsense. So for all you out there gaming on PlayStation, this is nothing against you. Like I said, these are for the ponies and the ponies and the parrots that sit on Twitter all day and just sit there and don't play video games and just want to be toxic. Um, so as I tell people, I don't know, 54 platinums on my PlayStation. This is what I use on my PC for my Xbox controller. Oh man, it's not showing right now, but this is my black and gold. Pretty sure y'all saw that. And then I use that one for my Series X. And then my Switch Pro controller is back there. You know damn well I'm getting the Switch 2 day one. But this video is going to be about, just like I said, idiots just don't know what they're talking about. Some entertainment. Like I said, there's a lot of entertaining and a lot of this, good acting, but also being very genuine as well too, because we don't want to be fake. We're not fake over here. So enjoy the show. Like, comment, subscribe, help this channel out. We're going to be doing this for a very long time. And let's get ready and get this show going. It's going to be some funny stuff here.
And every single year in January and February. I mean, hopefully we're not getting a Dreamcast guy video where he thinks that Xbox is going to die once again, and then we're going to have the entire process happen all over again. He's doing the thing, isn't he? He's doing it. He's really doing it. But of course, you know it, you love it every single time. PlayStation fanboys are going to try and pronounce this as a victory for PlayStation, even though they don't work for the company. They're merely just consumers, and all they really do on the internet every single day is just talk about Xbox and play zero games and play nothing on their PlayStation, but buy all their products day one for $70 plus, right? Right? You know it, baby. They're freaking out right now. Let's go see what's actually happening, because by God, this is a good one. J-Dub tweeted.
Yeah, he's right about that. Like I said, you can tell they're not playing any games. They don't have any movie games to play, or they'll buy them and sit around and then just brag about some hardware sales. And it's like, yeah, but are you actually playing video games? You know what I mean? Are you actually a gamer? A lot of them are not. Just a bunch of meat writers, and they like Sony's balls in their mouth. Uh, so yeah, I mean, and then it's like you would think that if you're not playing that many games, you educate yourself too, right? And the amount of ignorance that they display is just baffling. It's like, oh boy.
It out how it started versus how it's going. Hashtag Xbox, hashtag end of an era.
I feel kind of funny. Like, haha, funny.
Oh, there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. As always, we are now seeing fanboys freak out talking about the death of Xbox once again, because we don't have that every single week from Dreamcast guy. Now we have it every single year.
Yeah,
from
I think he's kind of
Hey.
slow.
It's almost like the only thing you care about is having bragging rights for exclusivity about physical games or games in general, when in reality, you don't play games, J-Dub. You play Twitter. That's honestly all you ever will do. Because honestly, here's the deal, J-Dub. I want MCC to get on PlayStation 5. I do. I really want Halo Infinite to get on PS5. I want Gears on PS5. I want every competitive multiplayer game to be on every platform. Hell, I want every game on every platform. So that way we can go ahead and take a look and see who actually plays games and who's actually good at video games. For all talking you clowns do on a daily basis, I want you to pull up. You know what? Doesn't even have to be Halo. Put it on Gears. Yeah, put it on Gears, because it's third-person cover-based. You'll feel right at home now, wouldn't you? I bet you would. I want to...
That's a good point, because a lot of PlayStation games are like that. And I don't know if y'all knew, I was number one in the world in Gears too. I stayed up 72 straight hours when it came out. I was so excited I couldn't sleep. It was crazy. I couldn't even believe I still did that too. I was one of the top players in Gears 1 too. I did game battles and all that too. And I took Gears very serious. So yeah, you're talking to a Gears legend right here. Put a ton of time into that game. Love the series. Gears 3 pissed me off because of that double barrel shotgun. I was like, Cliff Blazinski, what are you doing with that weapon? But let's make fun of somebody else right here too. This is just something funny to look at. This guy says Sony PlayStation fanboys are definitely living in a multiverse. This guy says, "Hello, Gears and more are headed to Nintendo Switch 3 and PlayStation 5 in 2025." Bro said Nintendo Switch 3. Man, what is he smoking, y'all? His comment said, "Bro, he got the Switch 3." It might have been a typo, but man, that was just some hilarious stuff. Xbox has no games. Yeah, man, we know he's a little bit slow. Let's pray for that idiot. But let's continue though. Nintendo Switch 3, oh boy. There's always something to laugh at with the ponies, y'all. I promise you.
To see out of which fanboy group, Xbox or PlayStation, can even compete with someone on the PC side or even actually play some video games for once, because honestly, I doubt you play anything at all. I honestly feel you're going to be an easy rank up, my boy, you and all your ilk. So please, Xbox, put every game on every platform. I'm going to bet 100% that the Nintendo guys are going to be better at video games than you are, because if you've noticed, they are less on Twitter and they play more of their Switch. So let's see what happens, my boy. You want to talk about end of an era? Let's see how quickly you guys get pinned down and spawn camp the entire time. Clown. Kieran on Twitter says PlayStation has utterly dismantled Xbox. Welcome to the family, Xbox.
We want to find them a good home.
All right, I'm going to need you to fill out some paperwork. You can start by... Are those ducks karate chopping each other? No.
Kieran, once again, we're back at it as always. PlayStation utterly dismantling Xbox. It's so crazy how you guys sit there and you cry and you screech and you piss and you come and you your pants so much about exclusivity, about video games on a plastic box, when in reality, no one has exclusives anymore. They're gone.
Except
Even
Nintendo.
PlayStation is putting its games onto the Nintendo Switch. They're also putting their exclusives onto the PC earlier and earlier and earlier. In fact, if you really want to get down to it, Nintendo has broken down both Xbox and PlayStation because everybody is going to be moving to the Switch too. And also everybody except Nintendo for right now is moving to PC. So if you really want to talk about like who's been dismantled, it's not Xbox. It is in fact also PlayStation on top of that, my boy.
That's a very good point of what he just said. And I've been telling people that for a while now, that the only true competitor who doesn't even worry about competing with everyone because they're always in their own league and they're way ahead. And they do more with way less technology and specs. It just shows how great they are. Yeah, the only ones who are really still alive in the race to that certain extent that nobody can compete with is Nintendo. They've always been the grandmasters. Like I said, we owe them all the respect. We have everything because of them. And they never changed. They never abandoned Japan like Sony did. They never sold out. They didn't get in bed with political correctness. They stay true to the gaming world 100%. And they've been the ones who've been 100% pure gaming. The rest are not 100% gaming. Though gaming is now that big for Sony, but Nintendo are the ones who are the masters. And yeah, without them, yeah, console gaming would have been dead. Because the rest just it's the same shit all the time. Madden, GTA, Red Dead, Call of Duty. It was like just like this zombie cycle where you're like, oh man, this is just not creative, bro. We need something fresh, and the Switch definitely brought that. The Wii did that. The DS did that. SNES, like just in general, everything they've done, they tell you and show you and lead and innovate and give you that example of what video gaming is about. It's not necessarily about staring at graphics and specs. It's about great video games. They still make great video games consistently. Every game you get for them, no microtransactions, none of that free-to-play garbage. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a real video game. You earn everything out of it, and it has a beginning and to an end. And some of them that are online, that are updated, are still video games, and it's all about you engaging with the video game, having fun, and having a good time. And it just stays like that consistently, and they set the bar and the standards from a development perspective, and just reaching the highest peak of development, to where when they drop something like a Zelda, a Mario, or whatever, the whole entire gaming industry is looking at it. You know, whoa, man, look at that. You know what I mean? Like all the mechanics you see in games all have a foundation of Nintendo in it somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just like this. It's like, look at Astrobot. You know what I mean? That's made out of Mario. Mario Galaxy all over it. Mario Sunshine all over it. You know what I mean? Odyssey all over it. It's literally a Nintendo game, and they won Game of the Year because of Nintendo. Like, just they even admitted that. You know what I mean? But they just couldn't say the name because you know how that works. But the thing is here is that people get so stuck into the PlayStation and Xbox bubble, they forget about Nintendo sometimes and don't really see the full spectrum. And then they don't see what's going on in the PC world too. And like in the Pony Land, they're just so stuck on it, it just gets embarrassing after a while. Not realizing that they ain't on Nintendo. Not even close. They're mostly third-party vampires. We just got to be real about it.
Entire fan base of idiots going around talking about Xbox is dead when they spent $70 billion becoming the world's largest publisher, have literally owned a huge amount of property and IP, and are putting their games everywhere, making the most amount of money from everyone. There's no dismantling of anything. They are literally about to control the entire gaming market, and the only thing you can think about is, well, they don't have exclusives on their box, therefore there's no value in it, even though you can sit here and say you have to pay $70 for a video game when anybody who's on Xbox or Game Pass gets it for $20.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who's actually winning in the game of life. It's not you, my boy, because you eat J-Dub again.
He's right. And you can actually get Game Pass on sale and get cheaper keys online. They allow you to do that. Sony does not. They force you to pay for full price on PlayStation unless they give you a sale.
And saying, PlayStation Nation, how y'all feeling today, with an AI-generated picture of Master Chief holding a PlayStation 5.
Get a life. Get a life.
You know what? Here we are again with J-Dub. And this is honestly the funniest part about the entire process. And the whole thing about like, oh, Xbox putting the game on PlayStation. I don't have to buy an Xbox anymore. The thing is this, my boy. Y'all were never going to buy an Xbox in the first place. Let's be real. Just like I was never going to buy a PS5 in the first place. That's how these things go. The reason why companies put their games on multiple platforms is because people like myself, people like you, were never going to buy the competing product. They were going to say, I don't find value in it whatsoever, even if it has all the exclusives you could ever possibly dream of. Because for the entire last 5 years plus, all you've talked about is how dog Xbox games are, how low their Metacritic scores are, how nobody buys their games anyways, how Game Pass is a failure. Yet all of a sudden, randomly out of nowhere, the moment the idea that a 20-plus-year-old game like Halo goes onto the PlayStation 5 or is rumored to go on there, all of a sudden, you're this massive Xbox fan. Oh boy, I just love Xbox games. Your console has been so dry the entire past 3 years that you are literally frothing at the mouth to finally play some video games, and they had to be for the one place you least expect. Xbox. So you know how we're feeling? We're feeling pretty good because we know, A, you're not going to buy it, B, you're not going to play it, and C, all you care about is sucking the corporation, my guy. Welcome to the new state. The fact that you guys thought this content would end, yet here we are, the third week of the month of the new year, and it is still on high red fire, baby. Let's go, you clown. RG Gamer, hashtag PS5 Pro owner, hashtag Xbox third party, hashtag Xbox Project Latitude, sunglasses emoji says, welcome to the family. Xbox will become a PlayStation publisher in 2025. Hashtag third party, hashtag whole slate, hashtag Project Latitude. Are we really doing this whole slate thing again? Do you know where the whole slate came from, my boy? It didn't come from Xbox putting the game on PlayStation. No. No. You know where it came from? It came from the fact that PlayStation is putting all their games onto the PC. You know, the platform that you guys thought would never, ever get PlayStation games? The platform that you guys thought would never actually compete with consoles? The platform you guys said was dead from the very beginning and nobody plays games on PC for $5,000 desktops? Yeah, that same platform that you thought was where it's going to be happening and didn't happen, but now it all of a sudden did happen. Surprise, my boy. That's where the whole slate came from. You don't get to sit here and take what we made, what we brought into fruition, and think you're going to use it against Xbox fanboys when we've also used that on them too. Sitting here and talking about like, we get your games, when literally right behind you, your entire house is burning on fire because you live in California like a bunch of idiots, and then you're going around and talking about you're taking other people's games when in reality, I get all your games. I get every game. I get every Xbox game, I get every PlayStation game, and I get every Nintendo game, whether they like it or not. That's the point, my boy. Don't talk about like welcome to the family. No. It's been welcome to Steam for the entire time for you clowns, and you literally can't put it behind you. Literally, this year, in a few weeks, FF7 is going on to PC as well. You know, the second one you guys talked about looks so great on your PS5 Pro when it looks like actual garbage and a blurry mess. It's going to look way better on my PC. And on top of that, Spider-Man 2, you know, the game that got its DLC canceled because you guys didn't even buy enough copies, apparently 6 months after launch, in just a couple of weeks actually, that's coming on the PC as well. And so is your Last of Us 2, your precious little game that you guys swallow all the single time. Guess what? That's also coming on PC. Boy, ooh, whole slate. That's not your term. That's our term. You don't get to use that. Only we do. Get it right. Ninja.
Yeah, he just owned them. Ponies just got spanked. So, yeah, what he just said makes a lot of sense. Because they thought that it was going to be like that. But like I said, the industry is changing. Microsoft saw that ahead of time. Now Sony's just following what they're doing. It's pretty obvious. And if anybody's going to buy anything, it's going to just be Nintendo. Like you were saying, he buys Nintendo games, or you have to, and they're the only ones that can do that. And he's getting all the PlayStation and all the Xbox games. And like I said, you could just play them in higher settings and use the controller on the PC, but they're still getting the software purchase. They realize that's the future. These new, like the new president of Sony and what's going on at Microsoft, they realize the future now. They're not stuck in that outdated blockbuster world. That's not going to work anymore. They know that. The future is maximum profit, maximum expansion. It's time to get with it. They can't produce Nintendo numbers. They know they can't, so they have to go to PC and surrender. They both surrender to Nintendo, and they're going to come to their platform. That's what that means. I mean, what else are you going to say? You know what I mean? We just got to face reality and be honest about it, regardless of whether you like it or not. That says a lot about your character, and are you being intellectually honest?
PS5 Pro Plus PC Gamer says, Halo, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, Gears, Hellblade 2, etc. Skull emoji, skull emoji, skull emoji. Just 4 games? The whole slate is coming to PS5. We tried to warn you, bots. This was gonna happen. If you didn't buy games or relied on a rental service, but you wouldn't listen. Rest in peace, Xbox. Ah, yes, I love this argument. Here we go again. But you didn't buy your video games, Xbox fanboys. You just used a service that Microsoft literally created in order to facilitate consistent revenue all the time, every single month, regardless of whether they put a game out or not. Even though at $15 a month, they were still making well over the amount of money people were buying for 3 games a year. And then at $20 a month, they're still doing that on top of that as well. Not to mention the microtransactions they were going to earn as well on top of that. And the fact that, hey, consistent revenue is better than spiked revenue. But yes, we're gonna blame the thing that's actually pro-consumer, the thing that everybody actually enjoys about the Xbox brand, but we're not gonna talk about like, oh, the fact that we buy a game $70 as you get bent over a barrel consistently. All you do is get every single time by buying a video game. I mean, you bought Concord for $40. Y'all will buy any piece of shit that Sony hands on you in a silver platter, even though that platter was covered in and just hand it to you on just like a Dixie plate. But either way, you sure showed them spending more money for the same video game. And the whole thing about it is this: the only thing you clowns in fact care about is the actual list that you can drag onto Twitter about who has what game on their plastic box. Because in reality, you play no games. What you do instead, though, is that you retweet AI. That's what you do. On your timeline, that's literally all you ever do. In fact, I've caught you before, and that's why you blocked me. So let's not mince words about what you actually do with your spare time. It's not video games, okay? It's not. And again, with the entire like, oh, the whole slate coming to PS5. Yeah, go to Steam and type PlayStation in the top and click PlayStation Studios Publisher and see who's publishing games on the PC platform. I wonder who it's gonna be. Whole slate, baby. Never forget. We even get trophy support now too, and DualSense support. You fucking idiots. I swear to God, every time with you guys, every time. Tim Dog tweets out, when Xbox, hold on.
This is great. You see, there's a lot of people roasting ponies right now. We're doing it on the PC platform. You know, it's just a mirror. You sit there bashing them, imbalance for generations. Now it's coming back on you, and they just can't handle it. They'll start blocking people, getting in their feelings. Get another pony ban, over like stuff to make it look like it's good, like Neb and them be doing, but it's all fake. You know what I mean? They'll even like pay for views and all that, and it's like, man, y'all just can't face reality. Get slapped around. Run back into your little pony rainbows.
I'm sorry, let me get the right voice. When Xbox announces Halo for PS5, shit is gonna break loose, and people are gonna act like this is something new, further eroding the brand, sibling and welcome. The number 72 for February is when Dow returned the bad news, but reality was sitting his home when Halo is announced and when it comes. This stuff is an innocent but this item, because it's so predictable. But Halo is a real show. Tim Dog, Timmy Tim Timberino. Here we are, back at it again with another one. Are you going to stalk some more guys outside of Best Buy to see if they're going to buy an Xbox? Are you going to sit on Spaces while you fall asleep as Jeff Keighley tries to soul you into some possible mood of not getting your fees hurt because Xbox betrayed you? Or are you going to go ahead and switch sides, change your entire tag on Twitter to PSN Tim Dog from Xbox Tim Dog because the actual brand that you sucked off for decades decided to go ahead and put their games on other places and actually have more people just play their video games and not be a fucking soulless company and do the most pro-consumer thing possible, yet here you are angry that other people get to buy and play video games because they didn't have to buy the box. Fuck you. Oh, what a horrible thing! I wonder how you would have freaked out when they announced Xbox games going to PC day and date. I wonder, would that be a problem for you as well? What about when PlayStation games go to PC day and date? Will it not matter then? Will it just be another goalpost we're going to shift and move over on top of that too? That we're not going to really count that because PC isn't really a competitor. They're like supplemental, even though they have a massive user base. They have more users on at any given time than actual PS5 owners. And on top of that, we're sitting here with over 100 million plus users. And you're going to be like, oh, it's not going to count if it's day and date on PC. It's not going to matter. It's going to matter, my boy. And when games hit day and date on PC from PlayStation, I wonder what your excuse is going to be then. Oh, I also want to bet, too, what's going to happen when PlayStation games go to the Nintendo Switch 2? What's going to be your argument then? Are you going to change your name to Nintendo Tim Dog? That's got a better ring to it than PSN Tim Dog, don't you think? But that's the process. You guys honestly are, in fact, the three fat kids in the back of the class where one fat kid picks on the other one because he's fatter, and that other fat kid picks on the fattest one in the class because he's the fattest one. Guess what, though? You're all fat, and you're all getting made fun of. Crab Gamer is back at it again, saying Halo going to PS5 and Switch 2. Xbox.
Yeah, that's great. See, I like what he's doing here. And, you know, I do the same thing because, like, the things that they say there's holes in it that you could literally put them in their place very quick and give them the other side of the mirror. And when you do, they just can't handle it. They dish, but they can't take. Unless it's Sony's boss.
Xbox will have no identity left. Real shame. I love this. Everybody thinks that exclusives make the identity of the box. We're not in 1991 anymore. The year 2000 is long gone. We don't need those things anymore, which is kind of crazy because when you think about it, PC has a clear identity, even though it has no exclusives on the PC platform. That's what you guys always say, right? On top of that, though, the exclusive of the actual box doesn't make an identity. It's how the brand presents itself. Xbox is going to be a brand of gaming for everyone, basically, making the most amount of money by every single person. Again, as I've explained multiple times, COVID created a massive influx of people buying video games, and that showed the top of the mountain of what gaming can actually get in terms of revenue and money. Xbox knows they're not going to take any market share away from PlayStation because PlayStation is in fact right now the Apple of consoles. They're going to be bought no matter what. Same with Nintendo. Instead of actually fighting against that and trying to pull that away and do the same exact fight you clowns want to have happen all the time, what Xbox is doing is the Google approach. We're going to put our OS and things everywhere, let you do.
Yeah, pretty much. So there we have it. I hope y'all enjoyed this show about making fun of ponies and putting them in their place. As we know, some of them can just be a little bit slow. I've always thought Dreamcast guys a little bit slow. I was like, wait, is this guy like actually slow in real life? And I mean that genuinely. I've seen him, and then I just can't continue watching him because his voice annoys me, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I can't. I don't know what it is. Maybe a lot of other people feel the same, but there we have it. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what y'all think. Ponies, relax. Y'all that are gaming on PlayStation, stay awesome. Peace out, y'all.